Hey guys, Ed here. Welcome back. Guys, I have a super way cool kit I want to show you today. This thing is cool. Um, it just arrived yesterday. I've been anticipating its arrival for the last few days. I've been eyeing this kit for a month or two now, and it's finally here, okay? And we're going to do the official unboxing together right here. I have not opened this box yet. I was waiting to do it together so we can, see together what's on the inside of this box. Um, Really quick though, let me give you a quick update on our helmet build, guys. We are down to the last video. We are almost done with this thing. I got one more video, and I think that's going to complete the helmet. We're going to take it, we're going to put it in a nice display case and, put it someplace safe. And the next big project for the bench is going to be that trumpeter 1/16 scale of the King Tiger tank. This tank, guys, the kit is a Behemoth kit. This thing is huge at 1/16 scale. It's got plenty of parts in it, plenty of opportunity for detail, and it does not disappoint in that area. This kit has plenty of detail. And it's going to take us a while to get through this tank, possibly up to a year, if not longer. But we are going to be breaking it up, okay, like we do all our builds. I'm not just going to do a straight year of nothing but the King Tiger. We'll break it up with smaller kits in between, just to kind of break up the monotony and to, not get bored on one subject. For me, if I spend too much time on something and I start rushing it and I start getting sloppy, and that's not what we want to do. So we can take breaks in between, and do different projects just to kind of break things up a little bit. So anyways, guys, let me introduce you to this kit. Like I said, it just got here yesterday, and we're going to take a look at it together. Here is the kit. It's an MK-15 SeaRAM. It's manufactured by RPG Model Company, okay? And check this thing out. This is just a technical illustration on the cover here, but let me show you an image of the actual completed kit. This is not mine. This is I found it somewhere on the internet, so I do not, claim this to be my image, but it gives you an idea of what we're building. So here it is here. Look at all this photo etch on this thing. How cool is this, right? Yeah, very cool. So we're going to go ahead and get right on into it, guys. We got plenty to do on this. It's not going to be a long video. We're going to go through a quick unboxing here on this video here. And then we might just do a time-lapse build as we're building this kit. Okay, that way it doesn't, we're not going to drag this thing out for 2 or 3 months. There's not a whole lot to this kit as far as part-wise, but we do have plenty of photo etch and plenty to do on it. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. Once again, guys, welcome back to Models and Beer. Hey guys, Ed here. Welcome back, guys, to Models and Beer. And look what I got here, guys. I am super stoked and excited about this. I've been anticipating this kit's arrival for several days now. It just got here, and I want to share it with you. Yeah, I was kind of eyeing these things. It's still like military related, right? It's not a tank, it's not a ship, but it is a fighting machine that sits on a ship, right? I imagine you could probably have these on tanks and stuff too. I don't know if they do or they don't, but either way, super cool looking machines, okay? Computers, I guess is what you would really consider them to be, right? They're so modern and technical. But this one, there is 2 different ones now. This is by RPG Model Company, and this is the SeaRAM, okay? Kit number 35006. Now, they have the other one. I'm trying to, hang on a second, let me see if I can find this. Where is this here? Okay, the Phalanx, if I'm saying that right, Phalanx kit, and I'll put a picture of it up right here for you. This one's also by RPG. It's kit number 35017. Now, the two of these kits are almost identical. The only difference is the Phalanx has the 20 millimeter M61 Vulcan rotary cannon, okay, where this one has a missile or a rocket launcher. It's almost identical here and then up top, but the business end of this thing is the difference, okay. The one has the 20 millimeter rotary gun, and then this one here is the rocket launcher, the model, or the missiles. Other than that, they seem to be identical kits, okay? I chose this one simply because I cannot find anything on YouTube for this one, okay? The Phalanx, there's already, you know, 20, 30 different builds and unboxings and stuff like that, but I cannot find any of them with the rocket missile launcher. So I thought I'd go ahead and start things off with this one here. I might add the Phalanx down the road just so I could have both of them. But yeah, super, super cool looking kits. And let's take a quick walk around this box, guys. And let's do an unboxing of this thing. And then we can start the build on it. So let me get in here, zoom just a little bit closer where we can take a look at this, okay? So here is the box itself. And it's a technical drawing of the gun, okay, not an actual image of it, but like I said, a technical drawing, I guess you could say. And this is in 1/35th scale, and it is just loaded with photo etch, guys. If you are not into photo etch, you might not want to pick one of these up because it's almost this thing is just loaded with photo etch. But however, they are big pieces of photo etch, so I guess if you're just getting into photo etch, this might be a good one to get started with because they are nice big pieces. I'm sure there's some smaller photo etch in here, but for the most part, from what I've seen online and stuff, it looks like it's a lot of big pieces. Let's take a quick walk around the box here. Here are some decals that are going to be included with the kit. And here is some photo etch sheets, or drawings of the photo etch sheets, I should say. And, alright, let's see if we can figure out how to open this thing up without making a big mess of the box. I don't want to tear it up. How to use this thing? Oh, here it goes. Got it. Alright. And let's get this plastic out of the way, and we'll look at it piece by piece, and we'll get it out of the packaging so the glare doesn't disrupt our vision here. And here's all this photo etch I was telling you about. Let's set that aside. And I did find a PDF of the instruction sheet here for the SeaRAM, the one that we're looking at here, and I'll put a link to that down in the description if you're interested and want to, you know, go and download that. And let's see what additional armor. Okay, for the Phalanx and the SeaRAM. Okay, see, they both use the same photo etch. Like I said, I think it's almost identical build other than the business end of this gun, okay? The one, like I said, is the rotary gun, and the one I'm doing here is for the rocket or the missiles. Yeah, see, this is just showing you all the photo etch. And we'll look more into that as we're building this thing, when we're more hands-on. We can take a better look at those, you know, the photo etch as we go along into the build. And I don't think it's going to be too big of a build. It doesn't seem like it's a huge project. Let me zoom in a little bit, guys, here so we can get a better look at this, okay? And I got some terrible glare going on here, don't I? Let's see if I can get this light to... There's a little bit better. Alright. So SeaRAM close-in weapons system. And this is just showing us images of our sprues, what's included. Let's see if I can get the focus just a little bit better. Hang on, guys. Let's see if this is any better. Yeah, I think this is a little bit better. Okay, here's our photoetch sheets. And then that other sheet that we looked at is the additional photoetch that's included with this kit. Okay, it comes with the kit. You do not have to purchase that outside of you know, the original of this kit. Okay, here we go. So we're starting off with the base. And right off the bat, you get into photoetch. And here's some nice little tiny pieces, right? It'll be challenging with my big old fingers. And like I said, we won't spend a whole lot of time on this because as we're building this, we're going to be going through and, you know, touching each piece and looking at it as we build it. So everything in blue is PE from what it appears. Everything that you see blue is going to be photoetch. There's a little radar system. Yeah, these are technical guns, guys. These are all computerized. And that's the cool thing about, you know, building stuff like this. I have no really any idea about these guns, but by the time we finish this thing, I should know everything about it, right? So you get a nice little lesson on what these things are. Look at all the pieces going on here. So yeah, this might be a little bit more involved than what I'm thinking. But nonetheless, I'm up for the challenge. And this thing, like I said, when it's done, it is super cool looking. Very cool. Okay, now here we get into our rocket launcher. Here's where we're going to have our difference from the phalanx. Okay, this is what we're building on this one here. This will be our... I don't know if I want to call it a rocket launcher or is it a missile? I would think it's a missile, right? A rocket is something that goes into space. A missile is something that you shoot to destroy something. So we're going to call these missiles. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but... Or maybe you can call it either one. I'm not sure. Yeah, there's going to be quite a bit to this. And there it is, kind of completed, right? You can kind of see it in the drawing there. All right. And then here gives us our color callouts. And there is several different versions, or coloring, I should say. It's all the same gun. It's just depending on how you want to dress it up. And is there another page here? There it is. So I kind of like the one with the green on it here. It kind of breaks it up a little bit rather than the gray and the white. So I might go with that. That looks pretty cool, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm super excited about this. This thing looks so cool. So let's take a quick look at these parts really fast, guys. I want to keep it short. So this one here is like a rubber. Okay, look at this. This is a rubber sprue. I thought it was plastic. Let me get this. What am I doing? Get this plastic out of our way here. It's just nothing but glare. And these look like they're bullets or something, right? You know, that might be because it shares the same parts with the phalanx, that we might not even be using this on the SeaRAM. I think this is the parts for the phalanx gun. And it's the same part, so they just put the same sprue in. I guarantee you, yeah, we're not even going to be using this on our build here. Okay. I'm going to put these back in this box as we're looking at things. Hang on, let me get this instruction sheet back in here. Let me go ahead and let's look at this photo etch, because that's got to go on the bottom here. So let's go ahead and take a quick peek at this really fast. And then we can, that way I'm putting it back in the way I took it out, just in the reverse order. That way I know it's all going to be saved in there. Here's our decal sheet. I don't want to take it off of there. The cover, I mean. And here's some photo etch. And I don't know what any of these pieces are until we go to put them on. Okay, this one is for the SeaRAM. Okay, so this one is specific to the kit. And what's this one here? Oops. And this one doesn't say either way, but yeah, a lot of photo etch, Okay, this one is for kit 35004. So that's for the phalanx, right? And like I said, it's for either one, I guess, yeah, because they're both the same build up until to the guns. And there's the last one there. I'm just going to leave that one in there. So, all right, let's get that safely put in there. And this here. Let's take a look at some of this plastic here, guys. And from what I can tell, it looks like a lot of nice detail on this. There we go, look at that. Get this box out of the way, because we can just start stacking it from there. Look at the detail. Very, very cool. And then we got a lot of photo etch that's going on there, right? So, I mean, this thing is going to be loaded with detail. It's in this bag here. Like I said, a lot of these parts, guys, are unidentifiable to me because I am not, I'm into military modeling, but I'm not a military guy, if that means anything. I don't know what these pieces are because I'm not familiar with this gun itself. But I'm looking at a whole lot of tiny, looks like fragile pieces right here. Look at that. We'll have to be careful cutting that out. Stuff like this, guys, I usually take my X-Acto knife and pop it up. I won't use a sprue cutter on there because I've had too many times where just the pressure from the sprue cutter will break those parts. Look how tiny that is. Very cool. And this is an identical sprue. Okay, they're two of the same. Both of these are in E sprue. Okay. So again, not a whole lot of parts to this. So I think the biggest part of this build is going to be in photo etch. We got a whole lot of that going on. So between the, hang on, let me get this plastic off of here. Between the photo etch and these pieces, it should turn out to be quite the project. But plenty for the eye to see when we get done, right? There we go, look at that. Looks like the top, the dome of our radar. Here's the back side. And then we got one more here. Let's take a quick look at this one. And I think we've seen everything we need to see. There we go. Again, here's our, looks like our dish to our radar. And the tower to our radar, right? And probably the base or somewhere down at the bottom, right here. Alright, so there we have it. Guys, yeah, the plastic, it is nice, heavy plastic. Very, very clean. I see absolutely no flashing whatsoever. Very, very clean. So, there we go. Like I said, nice heavy plastic. Everything is molded in gray other than the rubberized sprue here. That's, of course, in black. Okay. So, let's go ahead. Let's get this camera flipped around and let's end this video. We'll be right back. And just like that, there we have it, guys. Isn't that cool? What a cool kit. I'm super excited about getting into this thing. Yeah, so watch for the build video. We'll have that up here in a couple of days, depending on how things go. Like I said, my intentions from this point here is to do a time lapse and maybe get the whole thing in one video. If that's the case, it'll probably be a week and a half before that video comes up. But if we break it up into 3 or 4 parts, you know, maybe I can put a video up every couple of days or something like that, you know, until it's complete. Well, so we'll see how that plays out. All right, guys, everybody have a great week. Thank you for popping in, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.